lot of bulls. I mean, probably 20 or 30 bulls this morning. This is the ultimate.
New Mexico has always been the land of legendary animals. This bull is screaming. There's another elk right here coming out of the timber. I mean, this is where dreams are made.
A little bit ahead of them now. I think where we want to be here. But I've not been here, so I don't know where they're going. I know they're going up the hill. A dozen bulls down there. I don't like this, but I haven't got much to choose from. Comes the elk. She winded us. We're waiting these bulls to come up to us. Here comes one now. Comes one. Our callers just like to call the little guys for practice, so they're just warming us up. I founded PSC Archery about 43 years ago. Worked for Magnavox for about 8 or 9 years on a missile program, the Stinger missile. Yeah, we might want to get to the edge over there. I had the advantage of having all the facilities at Magnavox where I could make trinkets for bows and arrows, and I was using them all the time, going to tournaments. I started shooting archery tournaments actually in about 1949. I left Magnavox and started PSC Archery and making bows. We should back off by this rock here. And I went to a tournament in Indiana, had a bow I made myself on a drill press and a belt sander. It worked pretty good, and I shot good in those days. I was a pretty good shooter, so I got 200 bow orders that day. But this is fun stuff. You know, all this bugling going on, it's crazy. And we'd make, 1 or 2 bows a day, and then we'd make 5 or 10 bows a day, and just grew and grew. It was pretty fun to get started. I haven't seen a shooter yet, but a lot of bulls. I mean, probably 20 or 30 bulls this morning. Well, I've been a bow hunter for, 60 years probably, and I've always hunted elk. It's probably the best hunt you can do in the lower 48, and it's just so exciting, and there's nothing like elk calling. As a hunter and as an elk hunter over the years, we know that the elk need a lot of help. It's a big project, it's a huge project, takes a lot of people and takes a lot of money, takes a lot of funding. And PSC is really proud to be a sponsor of that, and we like the relationship. It's nice. It's a nice deal. There's so many elk. They're standing down here right now, 50 yards, looking at us, but it's a little guy. It's about 6 cows. It's really fun. This is fun stuff. This is the ultimate. Okay, 53 right there. How far is that? 58, draw him. 58. When did it? The weather changes here about every 30 minutes. So you've got wind changing all the time. So the wind is a big deal.
Nice ball.
Yeah.
Nice ball.
Yeah. You didn't see him?
I didn't see him. I just backed down.
Yeah.
I was probably about
I think he's 330.
80 yards behind you guys.
It's just been a pleasure to be at this place. The beauty of this ranch is beyond anything you can imagine. And when you combine it with an elk population that it has, it's just, how do you beat it? Really well run. It's got the right people, got the right program. John Cade's doing a tremendous job running this program now. And it's going to be one of the hallmark elk places in the world. Pretty low 5 point, but too small. Could have shot in there at 45 yards, or 40 yards probably. Just like we planned, but not big enough. Not big enough. What do you think, Ralph?
I love this stuff. There's nothing better than this. I love it.
Good stuff. Bugling is just going nuts. And everybody's looking at each other and say, which way are we going? And no one knows. Then all of a sudden you hear a big bugle, and everybody just takes off on a run for that and try to get set up. We've called in a lot of elk. I think he'll come over here and give us a kiss. Cows all over up there. Too small. There's 45 right there. 45, yeah. There's another one behind him. Let's move up to the edge over here.
I love it. This is so cool.
Pretty neat stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Here he comes, here he comes. Ooh, listen to that. That's the one I wanted to see. Not very far. There's two things set up in here. I think set up right here. We're pretty much stopped. Here he comes, here he comes. Is that a shooter? Huh? Yes, this is a shooter. Nice elk. That's a big one. 60 yards, so long range. Yeah, the cows, if they just kept on walking this way, down, the unit walked right through there, 35, 40 yards. But he just got hung up right there. Oh, beautiful bull. We could have been successful. We could have shot a lot of elk on this hunt, a lot of elk, but we were looking for the big ones, and that's what we were, challenged with, and we came close, but just didn't quite work out. So you think about those things when you drive home, and you kind of write down some notes and make some changes. My favorite part about this week was being in the middle of 15 elk bugling all at the same time. It's incredible. Everybody needs to hear that.
He's not a management bull.
He's just young.
Just a younger bull. Jousting a few cows. I'm sure there's maybe that big 5 or some other.
New Mexico has always been the land of legendary animals. I mean, this is where dreams are made in the state. Having come from hunting public land and a public land background, I've never participated in a management hunt. This is a first for me. So there was a huge gray area for me coming to New Mexico. I don't know what to expect. Yeah, that was a whole new train of thought for me, one that I'm certainly not familiar with. The UU Bar Ranch is on 180,000 acres, and the habitat enhancements they've done here, supporting native grasses and native feed, and all of these things that are creating this environment where elk can flourish. I can't get over how deep and thick this grass is. I mean, it is incredible.
That's one of the things that, as part of this whole overall management program, helps keep these elk in here.
And when the wind goes across it, it's just like a sea. It's beautiful. Hunters have to unite with these private landowners and embrace what they're doing, because as tough as it is, being the public guy sitting on the outside looking in, they're really doing the best thing for the wildlife. We want to have wildlife for the next generation. We want to make sure that our legacy continues. And that starts with hunters uniting and working with the Elk Foundation at a grassroots level. There's no better way to spend your time.
I'm not seeing anything that sticks out, at least right now, as a management bull. Most of them, like you say, are
Young.
Pretty young. Let's just ease back.
Heading into the high country felt like going home. This is elk country. This is what I'm used to. This bull is screaming.
He's fired up.
I'm slipping through trees, working the wind, all of these things that I'm accustomed to. Game on, this is fun. There's another elk right here coming out of the timber. This is elk heaven, if I've ever seen it. Out in a big, flat, open meadow, surrounded by timber. There's a pond down below. I mean, this is the stuff that dreams are made of. There's this giant, just gorgeous bull. He's not a management bull, though.
And that's what makes it tough when we're on these management hunts. Waiting for that one anomaly to come out, you know.
After watching this herd for a while and seeing all these bulls kind of come in and out of the scene, and it just became really obvious that the bull that I'm looking for, the management bull, he's not here. This is what elk hunters live for, a moment like that. In some cases, a once-in-a-lifetime experience that is, to be forever cherished.
Maybe we'll just ease out of here now. Just try and back out real nice and quiet. They want to know we're here and let that lower country tomorrow morning.
Okay, that sounds good.
Right on.
So what do you think? We're just going to work up here and see if we can get a better look?
Try and ease up this road, and we don't have much cover. But hopefully they'll be concentrating on those cows and each other, and we can maybe make a little stalk and maybe get lucky right out of the box here, you know.
Great. So right now they're out of sight for us to maybe slip down and try to get some yardage on them. They're at 400 yards. That's just a little far.
We better roll right now. I think they're starting to come down.
Perfect. Isn't that him straight ahead?
Well, let's just go up to the corner here and see maybe what they're going to do. I think these other ones are wanting to come back this way. They're going out onto the flats. What the heck here?
I'm looking for a bull that you guys want to manage out of the herd. Fortunately for us, we have all these elk in front of us and the perfect management bull.
If they stay back, we might get a poke at him. He doesn't know we're here. Let's see. Right up behind these bushes. I think if we move, let's boogie up here to this little. We can make one last quick run here. He's one of those big fives that'll never make a six. I think we'll try and ease right up here and
great bull.
See if we can catch him. What we got to do is keep some elevation. Set up on him. I think he's going to come in closer for us. We'll just let him keep coming. I'm not going to call or anything.
We got him.
Right on. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh. Wow. What an incredible bull. He's just a bruiser. Man, I'm stoked about my bull. New Mexico was beyond anything I ever thought really possible. I can't thank you enough for this incredible hunt and the management you guys are doing with the land here, the watershed management and all the feed and the habitat. This is not your typical elk terrain here. This place is creating a legacy. They're ensuring the continuation of elk. And what an honor to be somewhere that's laying the groundwork for our future.
Well, as you can see, even the best in the business sometimes come up a little bit short when bow hunting. Mr. Shepley is certainly no slouch in the archery department, but more often than not, the right opportunity just never presents itself and empty-handed you go. As for Kristy, she was able to take an old, mature management bull, and this time it was about taking the right bull, maybe not the biggest bull. Herd management is one ingredient that defines us as conservationists. Congratulations to Kristy. Until next week, I'm Brandon Bates saying thanks for watching. It's all the time we have, and yeah, that one thing, hunting is conservation.